Hello and welcome back to my paint pouring friends. Today I'm going to do a bloom swipe acrylic pour using the Sheleeart recipe that I posted I think about 6 months back. There's been a few small changes to the recipe, but I'm going to be testing it on this tile here. That's why we got such a small substrate. So the colors I'm going to be using are these greens here, and then I have a really deep red that I'm going to also try to incorporate within the lacing and cell structure. I also have some pinks and a gold. I plan on trying to do 2 of these, so that is why we have so much paint already mixed. This is the pillow paint. It's just a standard house paint. I haven't done a swipe, or not a swipe, but I haven't done a Sheleeart bloom pour in so long. I'm very excited to try my hand at it again. It has been far too long. And I'm hoping we get some really good results here. And I think we will. I think we'll definitely get some good results. So this is the same recipe that I've been using for all of my Sheleeart stuff. There's been some really small minor modifications to the original recipe. Just trying to make the Floetrol more like the Australian version. And I mean, we'll see if it works out. And if that's something that you might be interested in, just let me know in the comments section. And I could probably do an updated video on the new recipe. You may or may not be able to see my hands right now, but I'm applying some cell activator to one of my business cards just so I don't have such a large amount of it in the center. All right. Because I don't typically like that really stark line in the middle. So I'm trying to avoid getting so much of that cell activator in the center. Don't really like that part. Wonder if I can just here. Maybe do another swipe right over that. Pulled a little bit of the red with me, unfortunately. But it's looking pretty decent so far. Kinda pretty happy with it. But we'll see. Like typically with my blooms, let's see if I do just drip a small amount of this white. Typically with my blooms, it takes me 1 or 2 to get them right. And after that, then kind of off to the races, so to speak. So, but it does take a little bit. Kind of missed all the way on that one, huh? Yeah, missed all the way on that one too. That's okay, let's try something else. I mean, the colors are still there. So here, we're gonna put a bold stripe of cell activator, and we're gonna go at it again with some wax paper this time. We'll see if that changes the result. I am a little heavy-handed from time to time with these, and that's not the best thing to be with the swipes, especially with these Sheleearts. It's very delicate. Have to be kind of delicate with them. got some pretty cool little cells popping up. I'm gonna see if I can tilt it enough to get that spot of red off. I'm trying to tilt it slowly so that we don't mess up the cells too much. Then we can come back with it. Let me see here. Sometimes these little bloom pores can be quite fickle. They don't always want to do what you want them to do, and that's okay. See, that big stripe of cell activator in the center is irking me. I think I'm going to try something a little bit different with this one. I'm going to put the pillow paint down, then I'm going to stretch it a little bit with the cell activator on top and see if that changes the look of it at all. It may. So, grabbed another tile. One thing I really like about the Sheleeart style is that there's no silicone in it, so cleaning it up for varnish or resin is a very easy, straightforward process. Alright, so maybe less color this time. I do like these varying hues of green though. And our little stripe of red that add that little pop of color in there. Then you know what, I'm gonna probably put this metallic green over that again, because that may affect some of the lacing and cells we get. Alright, so now our cell activator, right over it. Then I'm gonna try maybe stretching it a bit. Just a little. Try to get that line a little bit wider than it is. Give me maybe a little bit more wiggle room to make mistakes, because I do. I make mistakes just like everybody does. Okay, I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. Got that little pop of red in there. And then these different greens interacting with each other. I really love that metallic green color though. Oh, we went too deep on that. So. Oh, actually it wasn't deep at all. It's that we punched through to these cells that were there already. But this one is ending up nicer than that last one is. Maybe the stretch helped a little bit. So I am going to take a little bit of this white and put it on a corner of this card. And I'm going to try to get rid of that dark green swath. You know what? I might not. I might end up messing it up. We're all here to learn, right? And experimentation helps that. So now I'm going to stretch it just slightly. Ever so slightly. Just trying to get it off this corner over here. This is looking really pretty already. Yeah, you gotta tilt it slow because these Sheleeart cells, they don't really like to cooperate too much. It's almost like a pour. Once you get it, you kind of have to leave it, which is a little unfortunate in that way. But the cells and the lacing will continue to open up. I do want to help it over this corner if I can. I'm wondering if this will be like your standard acrylic pour where you just apply it a little bit, it'll pull it over the edge. I think it will. I think that'll be enough to help it out. Yeah, it's already starting to pull. So we'll just get all these dry patches on the corners. Give it some paint to pull along with it. But as you can see, the cells and the lacing, they continue to open up. It's a beautiful type of a pour. I really love this style. The Sheleeart style is really cool in that way. The only downside to it is that it is so expensive. With like learning the technique and then getting the materials for it, it just ends up being a very expensive process. And that's intimidating to a lot of people. A lot of people don't want to spend a ton of money to learn this style, and that is very understandable. So I am tilting. I am squishing those cells. Those cells should still open up. But I have a lot of that down there. I don't want that stark white line down there, so we're getting rid of that. And then we're gonna bring it back to the center. These metallics are just beautiful. The metallics in this are just striking. I need to get you back. Gonna stretch open those cells. That's one thing I've noticed with this recipe too, is that the lacing holds very well. It doesn't really break. I've never had a problem with the lacing tearing or fading into the background. So it's a really cool little recipe. These colors are pretty cool too. It is super slow tilting this, guys, I understand. I'm standing here holding it for you. But that's a really pretty little swipe here. So I would say that the recipe that I came up with, it works. Now I just gotta work on my technique a little bit more. But yeah, it works, absolutely. So let me bring you guys down. I just love these metallics. You can almost see it down there in that bottom right corner, that green shimmer. And then this really fine, well-defined lacing. I know you're seeing a glare, but that's how I can show you these metallics a little bit better. So this came out stunning. Unfortunately, I just need to work on my technique a little bit more with the swipes.
If you want to watch another video just like this, click the screen right now and I'll see you there.